Coming out of high school, Harrison West was known as the #1 rated safety and regarded as the best recruit in the 2020 class. He dominated his freshman season for Oregon, even picking up the bowl win in the Rose Bowl against Ohio State. After our freshman season, our coach pulled us to a side and told us to put on some weight. We are switching positions, no ifs, ands, or buts. He is putting us at that linebacker role. Harrison West always did prefer playing in the box and against the line of scrimmage, so this change did not really affect him too much, as it would be able to show off his hit power and also his lethality when it came to the run game. Another proposition our coach gave us for the switch was he was allowing us to switch our number into the single digits, and this was a big deciding factor for us. After working all summer long at the middle linebacker role and studying, we are currently ranked number 8, and we will be taking on the Virginia Cavaliers in our first game. Our offense would put up a quick 7 points, and we would look to fly around on the defense and make some plays and try to impress our coach and show that we could play every single position on defense, as we're already breaking blocks and trying to make plays in the backfield. On the second drive of defense, we are showing we are still really good in the passing play, being a former safety, already forcing a fumble in my first game as a middle linebacker. The entire defense was dominating this game as our running back takes the sweep out to the outside. We do force another fumble, and this time we do end up picking it up. Keeping the pressure alive on the defensive side of the ball, we're going to shed this block and destroy the quarterback, even making him do a backflip, and we also took our teammate alongside with him. That was a nasty hit. On a 3rd and 8, we would have our quarterback check the ball down right in front of us, and we would make a secure tackler to force the punt, and our defense is absolutely balling in the first game. We continued to ball out through the entire game as our offense was also dominating. We were laying hit sticks and making tackles all over the place. We felt like we were a true middle linebacker at this time. With the score being 28-0 and it's about to be the 4th quarter, we want to do everything to stop them, and Harrison West is going to get his first interception ever as a middle linebacker, and this game is nothing but over. We would go on to blow out Virginia and also dominate all the way out through offense and defense, and we would end the game with 5 total tackles, an interception, and also a forced fumble. After a huge game, we did move up a spot to number 7, but we would be taking on a very tough team in the number 24 ranked Tennessee Volunteers. In the second half of the game, we found ourselves up 7, but we had to stop this offense that consisted of Brandon Billings, Jalen Hyatt, and also Cedric Tillman. This is going to be a very tough game. On the next drive, we are struggling to score on offense, and Harrison West is going to lay out Brandon Billings, and it feels like he has an obsession of destroying quarterbacks after now 2 games in a row. As we get more and more reps as a middle linebacker, we are establishing ourselves as one of the hardest hitting players in all of college football. It felt like we were dominating all game as we get another hit stick right here, but Brandon Billings would finally find Jalen Hyatt all the way down the sideline for a huge gain and get them inside the 20. With all the momentum, Tennessee was easily able to punch this one on in, and the running back tied it up 14-14. Our offense would respond with a touchdown, but Harrison West got too greedy going for a hit stick and allowed his wide receiver he was manned up with to get a big gain. The opponents ran a screen on 3rd and 10, and we almost got home with our speed, but the running back got it and cut the 3rd and 10 all the way to a 4th and 2, in which they would easily be able to pick up on the next play, and we have ourselves a game with a minute left. On a 3rd and 9, Brandon Billings would chuck it down to his running back, and we would stop him right before the first down marker and get a sack on the next play and win the game. After our second game defeating a number 24 ranked Tennessee team, we feel like we've been getting much better as we end the game with 10 total tackles. Although we were playing really good in our first couple games as a middle linebacker, we wanted to become the best middle linebacker in all of college football, and that's going to only happen in practice. And with that being said, we'd be looking for our 4th win, taking on Cal in our next matchup. We need to continue to dominate. We would start the game off on fire, shedding block attempts from the offensive lineman in back-to-back plays, even hit-sticking the quarterback, and Harrison West is feeling himself very early. With our offense starting off so, we got to continue to ball out on defense, and on this 3rd and 13, they would throw it down to the wide receiver, but Harrison West would knock it out and continue his hot streak. Our offense would finally score after that, and we are making tackle for losses all over the field. Even on this nice little fake, we are not going to fall for it and get another tackle for loss 2 plays in a row. We are trying to get another stop on defense, playing off coverage right here, preventing the first down. We're going to make a big hit stick tackle to turn the ball over. Our offense started to turn it up as we were dominating on both sides of the ball. Now we are looking to sniff out a screen and make a big hit. And then later in the game, we get one of our biggest hit sticks, and Harrison West is establishing himself as one of the best middle linebackers in the game. We would coast to another blowout win thanks to our defense. We are looking like one of the best teams in all of college football. Fast forwarding in the season, we are now 6-0, taking on a 4-3 Washington State team where we are going to get a hit stick on a 3rd down and 7 and force another punt. On this next drive, our offense is kind of struggling this game. We're going to get a huge tackle on a running back screen, and that's where that film study comes in. But on the next play, 3rd and 6, they're going to try to pick up a 4th down, but we're going to hold them and force another punt. With our defense dominating all game, he almost forces us an interception on a 3rd and 11 right here, but that's okay because we still force another punt. The next defensive drive, we are looking to help on this tackle, and we force a fumble, and this would put the dagger in the game, and we would pick up our 7th win of the season, remaining undefeated. Looking to try to grab our 8th win of the season, we are now in the top 3 rankings. We're going to be playing the number 21 ranked UCLA Bruins and DTR. We would start this game off super slow as DTR is hitting us with absolute lasers on the left side of the field, and then we would be missing tackles in the backfield, and they are already inside of our 10-yard line. After UCLA picked up a 1st and goal, DTR would scramble and we would force a fumble and get a well-deserved stop inside the 5-yard line. Our defense couldn't capitalize off the turnover, but we got to get ourselves another stop. And on 3rd down, DTR is going to throw it to a ghost over here, and we're going to force our first punt of the game. After taking a 14-point lead, we knew DTR was going to do everything he could to cut this lead in half, and he jukes us out, but we are going to get our revenge on the next play. He scrambles, and we hit stick him on a big play. They are still trying to score some points before halftime here, and on a 3rd and 16, we're going to make a tackle, and they are going to hurry it up, try to go for it on 4th and 7, but Harrison West is going to jar the ball loose, and we have ourselves another turnover. With the score being 28-0 and this game out of reach for UCLA, we're going to get our 2nd sack of the game, and we are looking like one of the best teams in college football, even ending with 6 tackles, 2 tackle for losses, and 2 sacks. In our next game, we were already up 28-0, playing a 2-6 Stanford team. We knew this was going to be an easy game, but late in the 4th quarter, we had an insane play, jumping a hitch route. Harrison West is going to have his 2nd interception of the season, and he might go all the way, and that former safety speed is going to take him, and he's going to get his first pick 6 of his career. After another blowout win against Stanford, we knew we had to lock back in because we were playing the number 5 ranked Utah Utes in the next game, and they are also dominating. Starting off the game, our special teams gave them great field position, but we were going to start the game off with a huge tackle for loss. We would go on a linebacker blitz around the edge and get to the quarterback, but he gets the ball off and gets them inside of 1st and goal, and they would later punch it in to start off the game with a touchdown. With our offense starting off with no score on the board, we're going to have to do everything we can to keep this Utah offense from scoring once again. They basically seemed unstoppable as they were throwing dots all over the field. Even against our blitzes, they were picking it up and throwing lasers on the sideline as well. Later in their 2nd drive, we would hold them on 3rd and 1, and they would settle for 3 and take a 2-possession lead. We need our offense to help us out badly here. With our offense responding with 7 points, we were looking to get a stop, and Harrison West is going to jump out the gym to pick out that interception. That is now his 3rd interception on the season, and we are absolutely balling and changing the momentum. Later in the 3rd quarter, our offense turned the ball over on the 10-yard line, and we had to get a stop in the end zone, and luckily we did and only forced them to 3, but we need to bounce back and get a spark on O. With our offense continuing to struggle, we needed to heat up on defense and get a stop, but Dalton Kincaid, one of the best tight ends in the nation, started to heat up, and we were blitzing the quarterback right here, but he would throw a deep bomb and find his tight end, Dalton Kincaid, once again to get him in the goal line. Would later get them to a 3rd and goal, trying to get some pressure on the quarterback once again. Cameron Rising is going to throw a dot, and we are now down 2 possessions in the 4th. Our offense would turn the ball over again on our side of the field, and our chances of winning are getting slimmer and slimmer by the minute. With only 3 minutes remaining, Cameron Rising is going to throw a dot to his wide receiver over the middle, and this game is looking like it's over. We would lose by 17 points to the number 5 ranked Utah Utes, and this is not looking good for our chances in the college football playoffs as we take our first loss of the season. With our only loss of the season coming to the number 5 ranked team, we do still have a chance at making the college football playoffs, only falling to number 6. In the next game against Arizona, we are locked in and want to make a pushback. We are only 9-1, so we do still have a chance, and Harrison West is having one of his best games of the season, ending this game with around 15 tackles and 3 tackle for losses. Harrison West is making it known he's the best middle linebacker in football. Heading into the Pac-12 championship, we are currently ranked number 4, and if we beat the number 5 USC Trojans, we could even make it into the top 2 and make the college football championship. To start the game off against Caleb Williams in the USC offense, we are on a blitz, and we are going to read up the screen and pick it off for our 4th interception of the season, but Jordan Addison is going to catch us from behind. After getting a huge early turnover, we watch Bo Nix throw a touchdown to take a 7-point lead. We need to give our best performance to beat this USC team. On the next drive, we would like to build on our early success as we get a tackle for loss on the 1st down, and on the next play, he would throw it down to his wide receiver, and we would hit stick him right away. Our offense is still struggling, so we are back on defense, and we are going to hit Caleb Williams for an almost safety, and we're going to look to punish him every game and make him feel this defense. USC's offense started to heat up, and they are now around the 50-yard line, but we are looking to heat up as well on defense as we are making tackles all over the place in the run game. Even on this sweep to the outside, we beat the blocker to the edge and make another tackle for loss. On 3rd and 7, they would go for a running back screen, and we would sniff it out right away and hit stick the running back, and we have ourselves another tackle for loss, forcing a punt. Our offense still hasn't put any points on the board since our early interception, so we are still trying to get multiple defensive stops over here, and Caleb Williams is going to throw his 2nd interception of the game on the sideline right here, and the momentum is shifting back our way. Our offense would finally score a touchdown, but on the next play on defense, we were getting juked out of our shoes, but we would make up for it on the next play on 3rd and 3, tackling the tight end right before the first down marker, and this is a big 4th down upcoming. On 4th and inches, they would run a halfback dive, and I thought they got the first down, but the refs are definitely on our side. Already having an amazing game, Harrison West would top it off with a sack, leading up 21-0. This is probably his best game of his collegiate career. We would go on to flood USC in the Pac-12 championship, giving us a better chance at the college football playoffs. And also, we did end up with our best game of our season, having 10 tackles, 4 of those for loss, and a sack, and also an interception. The big blowout win against USC in the Pac-12 championship, that would move us up to the number 2 seed, where we'll be taking on Ohio State in the championship game. After winning the Dick Butkus Award for being the best linebacker in college football, we did have our best season yet at linebacker, having 69 tackles, 21 of those for loss. We had 3 sacks, 4 interceptions, a lot of great plays made. At the half, we are trailing by 4 points. We are trying to snap back on defense, hit sticking CJ Stroud, and on 3rd and 17, we are playing great defense, and we're going to force a punt after a throw out of bounds. Ohio State defense would continue to dominate our offense, so we had to force another punt or a turnover here, and we went 3 and out on this drive, dominating Ohio State's offense, and this looks like it's going to be a defensive game as we force another punt. We would come back out on defense, and Ohio State has great field position, but that doesn't matter for Harrison West as we lay a hit stick for a loss. In this 3rd and 11, we are looking to make a tackle in the backfield to force our 3rd consecutive punt here. Now with only 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining, we need to get a stop immediately and give our offense one more last chance. And then on a 3rd and 2, CJ Stroud is going to try to take a power, but we're going to hold him for his 4th consecutive punt. Our offense would finally score, and we have 25 seconds left to hold Ohio State from a field goal, and CJ Stroud is starting to heat up. Nobody wants this championship more than Harrison West, as he is going to destroy every wide receiver that comes across him. He needs this stop more than anybody. With only 18 seconds left, Ohio State needed something desperately right here, and they would hit their wide receiver for 8 yards on the sideline, but he would get hit sticked. And on the next play, we are blitzing the quarterback, and CJ Stroud is going to hit Marvin Harrison wide open in field goal range. With only 2 seconds remaining, the last play of the game is the tying field goal, and they are going to hit it, and we are going to OT. Our offense would score, so we just need to hold them from getting a touchdown, and it looks like they are starting off with the run game and dominating so far. They would go back to the run on 2nd and 5, and their running back would make it all the way to the goal line. Desperate for a stop, knowing if we don't let them score a touchdown, we win the game. CJ Stroud is going to hit Marvin Harrison for a touchdown to tie it up, and we're going to double OT. Ohio State would start with the ball, and CJ Stroud is looking to sling the rock as he hits his wide receiver wide open over the middle, and on the next play, he would throw another slant over the middle and score the first touchdown of double overtime. I watched our offense from the sideline, and our coach is calling a halfback draw on 3rd and 18, and it feels like this one is over. With our entire season on the line, Bo Nix would hit a strike over the middle to tie the game up, and we are going to triple OT, baby. Our offense would start with the score and also get the 2-point conversion, so all we have to do is stop them from getting a touchdown and stop the 2-point conversion, and we win ourselves a championship. Later on 3rd and 14, CJ Stroud has to get a first down here, and his wide receiver is going to throw Harrison West off them, but he is still short of the first down marker. On potentially the last play of the game, we're going on a linebacker blitz, but we get stuck on the end, but our safety will get all the way, force the fumble, and this one is over. In his sophomore season, Harrison West has proven he is the best linebacker in football while carrying his team all the way to a national championship. If you've enjoyed this video so far, make sure to hit that like and hit that subscribe. We are posting an RTG every other day.